Hi YouTube! I recently started my dread journey. I just wanted to go over kind of how my journey got started with you. So I right now have 12 dreads. I love them, love them, but I wish I had more. So let me go over how this began. I was at drum circle and a friend of mine was fixing someone else's dreads, and I walked up and I was like, whoa, I want one. So I got myself one. At the beginning, it looked really nice. It was really long. I didn't lose hardly any length with any of my dreads, which is really weird. A lot of times they shrink up a lot. So I started with one. It began such as this, but I am a waitress, so I had to put my hair up a lot of the time, and with only one dreadlock, I just went ahead and merged it in with my regular hair, along with my wash routine. I didn't change that. So what happened over time was, here's my little starter dread. He started as my hoopty, because when I put my hair up with just one dread, they whoop all the way up like that. But over time, the little guy shrank, and now he's my dad. So, though I love him, he has been hurting my scalp a little bit. There's a little bit of irritation going on back here, so I'm not really sure what to do about it. I have been doing soaks and that, which I'll go over, but you can see almost exactly where that ponytail was. If I spin him around a little bit, you can see the knot in the middle there. Okay, so that much length of my hair. My hair was like hip length when I did my dreads, and that's about where he started and where he ended up. So when people say that dreads can shrink, that is absolutely true. The thing you can do, and look, there's another knot starting right here, because I still did not learn my lesson, and now 12 dreads could potentially be that. So, A, change your routine. The shampoo that you need to use is either a Dread shampoo. I'll post links because there's a really good link with do's and don'ts. Dr. Bronner's, the cast iron soaps, are not recommended. They are not non-residue. They can still leave oils and things on your scalp, which is going to lead to dandruff, which is going to lead to itching, which is going to lead to buildup, which is just a disaster. So be careful of that. Go out and right now you need to go buy a dread-friendly shampoo. Just Google that, you can find it. Mine is the African Black shampoo. It's just like an authentic fair trade, which is important to me. You decide, whatever's in your area. I would go buy that to shampoo with. I would buy a spray bottle. I would get tea tree oil, rosemary oil. These two are important. Then apple cider vinegar, dun, da, 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 and baking soda, because even though you're doing your daily wash, your hair is a lot different and your scalp is going to react differently even if you do a non-residue shampoo. So every month, 2 months, however long you want to wait between deep cleanses is up to you, but I would get these ingredients and a big tub of water, fill up the tub of water with hot water, as hot as you can stand it, because it's going to just cleanse out of your dreads. Put a little bit of each ingredient in there. I won't say exact because it depends on how big your water basin is. If you're going to use an entire tub, then you're going to have to use an entire bottle of tea tree oil, you know what I mean? So just be cautious of that. You don't want to use all your stuff at once, but you want your whole head to fit into the bowl. So just something to think about. I will post a link to a deep cleanse source that I used. I recommend him and his videos. Next in line is the amount of dreads that I have. So, like I said, I started with the one. He's still cute. I still love him, but he's on his way out. I have actually started already to brush him out. I'm going to see if I can show you guys this. So, you can see it kind of tapers down. I've been spreading. I spread, and then I take this little guy, was found at the drugstore or whatever. He is a tooth picking device, but I bought it for this. So I'm taking this little hook, putting it between where the dread begins, and I am just strand by strand pulling that down. Then I can grab my little comb out those ends, and I'm doing that as a very slow process. And then I have some conditioner, and I just have my usual conditioner that I'm not using anymore, so I have used that a little bit and just trying to like soak the little guy, and just while I'm at work and stuff, I'll just kind of like maneuver that a little. Okay, so that's brushing them out, kind of out of order, but there are other two different types of combs. This isn't a dread comb, this is a lice comb. I saw that it was recommended and like doable, so I grabbed one. It's metal, so it's not going to break on you, but the taper that this is shaped, you see like the big bubble in the middle, that pulls my hairs really bad. It's used for, the taper has a purpose for what the lice comb is for, but it's not necessarily dread related, and so it just pulls my hair. I don't like that as much as these little cheap ones. If they break, they're like 79 cents. So that's my personal favorite for doing the back combing as well, for using them just in general. So like I said, I started with the one. I put my hair half up to get more dreads, and I was just attached to the number 7. So there I was at my lock doctor, and I said, all right, go ahead here and give me 7 dreads, including the one I had. And to do so, I put my hair more than half up. 7 dreads for half or more of my head, that's not a lot of dread for the amount of space. People say to do like a 1-inch square. I'm not sure. I didn't measure anything. There's really no rhyme or reason. Just kind of grab pieces, which is fine because then your scalp, it looks a little bit more grown out and you won't get like the corners to be able to see your scalp as much, which I don't like, but then this is the other opposite of that extremity. I will show you guys the back of my hair as I get it stuck on me. I do still have partial dreads, so this front bang, this here is braided, and then this here also is separate hair. So if I pull that back, I'm just going to show you guys the back of my head. This is with 12 total, not very many dreads. They're not ginormous though, which is odd to me that they didn't end up a lot bigger. I really thought that they would. But then again, they're not that old, maybe a couple months, and this guy is probably like 6-8 months old, which is not a long time for him to get as crunchy as he did, like scrunched. So something to be very cautious of. One other thing you can do to avoid the little loops and humps, here's what's going on here. So, little loopy crochet hook. You can see where the loop is. I'm going to put my finger on top of the loop, turn around, put the crochet right through the middle of the loop. With my finger, find out which side is the hook, and then kind of push down on the hook side and pull. And I'll leave my finger there to make sure I don't like yank my hair out. But so I'm just going to twist and pull, and that is going to tighten that up a lot. It does take some time, and I can't really see perfectly right now, but in like a half an hour I could probably have these loops taken care of. This is a really bad example because it's not working right now, but it would work if I had time to spend. See, that one went right in. So, anywho, but that is precisely where my ponytail is. So, if you can avoid ponytails, absolutely do not use ponytail holders. Yet, here I am with one. But that's because I have partial dreads, so it's a little bit different, even with washing. So, the deep cleanse is like every month, 2 months, something like that. If you're washing your hair like once a week, which I tend to have to do because I do have the regular hair, and I'm a waitress, like I said, so I don't want it to get greasy or anything like that. So what I do is I do separate my hair to wash it, which is a nightmare while it's wet. But I hold my hair kind of up like that, do this separate, which is down in front. So I literally like have it in front of my face and have the blast like this way. and wash this like normal, like maybe put that in a clip or something so it's out of the way entirely. Clip that. This is going to look ridiculous, but I don't care. And then hold up the dreads like away from the scalp entirely as much as you can. Take your shower head, mine is like retractable or whatever, on a hose, and so I take that and I'm actually angling down so that I am like blasting dandruff and oil and whatever down my scalp, which kind of sucks to have it like fall on your face, but that's a lot better than letting it run down your dreads. You don't want that to just get stuck in there because they can actually collect lint and things like that, which is also a mess. So yeah, washing, concentrate on your scalp more so than your ends. Do not condition. That will do the opposite of dread your hair. Not regular shampoo. It needs to be non-residue. Dr. Bronner's not recommended, which surprised me. But there are dread bar soaps where you can like literally just sit here and like bar soap your hair, which I haven't tried, but whatevs. I'm concerned about my dreads because I like outdoor sports. I like bow fishing, lake water, anything to do with like jet skis, wave runners. I like four-wheeling, I like wakeboarding, I like being out in the mud, I like jeeping, and essentially I am a mud child. So that's been a big concern for me. My dreads are fairly big and spaced out. I would rather have something like 40 or 50 dreads rather than 15 to 20 dreads. I feel like 15 to 20 is not going to be enough, even though my hair is thin, and I tried to kind of plan for that by making them bigger squares. Like, I might have 2 or 3 inch squares. I couldn't really tell. I hope somebody can. My biggest one is probably this one right here, so I'm going to try and show, because I can definitely feel it as a different dread, and this right here is about the size of that square, so I'll kind of look at that when I can see the video and see how big my biggest one is. So those are my concerns. I also work with horses on my uncle's ranch when I can. So manure, mud, lake water, hats. I have just a regular hat. I use it as like a ponytail holder. If I just put my hand kind of through that, pull them through, and I'm ready for the day. It's just kind of a simpleton way of being, but I always have my little hoopty. He is all on his own, and he's usually all out here, and it really does irritate my scalp to have him in an opposite direction. So do be cautious. I will show how much hair I have left to work with. Like I said, have 12 dreadlocks. Let me find my braid. Where'd it go? There we go. So with my bangs, and I have a little tiny bit on this side. I just wanted like a side part. A little bit there. So all in all, I have yay amount of hair left to work with. And like I said, 12 dreads existing. So honestly, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Maybe like 24, 25 dreads tops is what I would end up with. Ideally, like, it could even be more like 18. I just don't know. And so I'm at this point right now where I don't know whether or not to brush them out or to stick with it and get more and see if they fill out, because I feel right now like I couldn't pull off a dread bun with having them half and partial dreads, which is nice because I feel like I can cover them up if I have to with work or whatever, but I don't. Usually your employer is not going to care. If they do care, what can they say? Like, you choose your own hair. They can't really say, like, that bothers me. I'd be like, well, it bothers me you have a beard, you know? So really, it's just not a big deal in the workplace unless you work somewhere super conservative, like for a lawyer or something, and they can dictate what you do. Then, you know, you kind of work it out with them. But I would suggest not asking permission, because then they'll know and they have the opportunity to say no. So if they don't know and you just show up, you're like, oh, look how cool. They'd be like, oh, like, either way, you know. So I hope this helps somebody. Thank you so much for watching, and happy dread journeying.